going to try to rope in this next speaker. He's one of my favorite people on earth. He's the only individual I've ever named a segment after on my program, the Alan Korwin experience, and I think we're going to find out why now. Alan.
So they had to go find me because I did what speakers do before they get up and speak. Let me start by thanking Alan Gottlieb, who pulled all this together, and he's sitting right back there. Thank you, Alan. You all got a copy of the Worldwide Gun Owners Guide in your book stack. Did you see that? The author is here. Where are you, Larry? There he is, Larry Grupp, the author of the Worldwide Gun Owners Guide. You know him under another name, but I won't mention it. He's written 47 books, and you own some of them, I guarantee you. Stop by and say hello to him later. He's turning red, I see, and his wife is there too. He's been all over the world. He's examined the gun laws. Every time he goes to a country, he finds a gun store and a shooting range, and it turns out every nation has gun rights, gun stores, shooting ranges. Some of them are actually better than ours. Most of them not. But the idea that we're it is wrong, and you get that from the media, and they're wrong. Now, I'm here to talk to you about JPFO. How many of you know what that is? And let me ask you another question. Would all the people who aren't Jewish raise your hands? Now, you don't have to be Jewish to join JPFO. You just have to love liberty. So I want yeah, I'll take it. So I want everybody who raised their hands who isn't Jewish, when this panel is done, to run outside and join JPFO for 2 years and get the discount. It's $40. Or don't be Jewish and join for 1 year for $25 and don't get the discount. JPFO, the Jews who get it, really get it. And their newsletter has things in it you won't see anywhere else because they really get it. And a lot of Jews are liberals, don't get it, and they're a problem because they're in Congress, they can't think straight, they don't understand guns, they don't understand never again. But the Jews in JPFO do, and you should support that and learn what they know, because they reveal things in JPFO that you will not see in any of the other groups. And one of the speakers yesterday talked about the NRA has 5 million members, but the gun lobby has 100 million members, and you're the gun lobby. So join some of these other groups and find out what they know, and JPFO is a key to that, and there's a table right outside where you can join for 2 years and get the discount. Or 1 year, if that works better for you, and you don't get it because you're not Jewish. Boy, now the Jews were slaves, and in fact almost every group has slavery in its background. Almost every single group. And the Jews recognize it, and on Passover they celebrate it, and they celebrate God's liberation of the Jews from the Egyptians, who were still a problem. And I wonder how they feel about the Jews constantly going, God freed us from Egypt, and they took weapons with them when they got freed. It's in the Bible. If you read the first 5 books in Exodus, they left, they took wealth, and they took weapons with them because they knew they'd need them. And they got out. And we're not looking for reparations. Now, let me ask you a question. Is anybody in here pro-gun? I can't hear you. Are you pro-gun? That's a bad idea. And here's why. If you're pro-gun, what is the other side? Anti-gun. They think guns are bad, and that the right position to take is to be anti-gun. If you say you're pro-gun, you hand the other side a win. You should think of yourself as pro-rights. If you're pro-rights, what's the other side? Anti-rights. And who wins that argument? You do. You're pro-rights, pro-freedom, pro-liberty, pro-self-defense. They are anti-rights, anti-liberty, anti-self-defense. They kill us with the language. You know that. They've been talking about assault weapons in here. Assault is a kind of behavior. It is not a kind of hardware. You'll get this in the JPFO newsletter because I edited it. You will hear all sorts of pro-rights language in that newsletter and in their e-blasts. And occasionally an e-blast goes out because the editor of that doesn't get a chance to run everything by me. They don't want me to be a roadblock. And then I make corrections. They want you, you'll see this in the media, they keep talking about shooting instead of murder. On CNN, MSNBC, the networks, Washington Post, and the New York Times, there was a shooting. Shooting is a sport. It's the number 2 sport in America, bigger than golf. Murder is a crime, and they never talk about the murderer or murders. They talk about shooting and the shooter. They denigrate our sport and a righteous American pursuit by talking about shooting and shootings and mass shooters instead of mass murderers. They're killing you with the language. Don't let them do it. You will not see that in the JPFO literature, but you will in the NRA literature, and I keep trying to fix them. And I do fix them some. They are now talking about normal capacity magazines instead of high capacity magazines, because a Glock takes a normal capacity magazine. We used to have a group here in Arizona. How many of you are from Arizona? We used to have a group called TUG, the unorganized group, or the umbrella group. It was a group of groups. And all the little groups used to get together and have a dinner and discuss ideas and make trouble. And we were good at it. And it's time to do that again. So if you find me in the lobby and you're in some local group, rifle group, shooting group, any kind of thing like that, I still have over a minute, Mark. You watch yourself. I got a clock, too. Keep you honest. The Mark Walters Show. We need to get all the local groups together, and you do too in your state, and meet over a meal. Break bread. Get together, sit and talk. You'll be amazed what happens. It's the First Amendment, the part everybody forgets about, the right to assemble. That's why they don't like gun shows. It's the right to assemble. You put a bunch of people in a room like this and good stuff happens. And you get ideas and you bounce them off each other. Find a restaurant that has a room, separate checks, because you're all Jewish at heart. Separate checks. If a restaurant won't take separate checks, screw them. You won't write invoices for all of us? We don't need your business. We'll find a place that will. And let them write separate checks. Go there, talk. What can we do to improve the situation? Which legislators are good and deserve our support? Now I'm out of time. Thank you very much. Go join JPFO. Thank you.